anticipatory principle. Organisations and people tend to grow in the direction of their positive images of the future, like a sunflower grows towards the sun. Our expectations of the future, and therefore of what we believe is possible, are constantly shaped by our conversations about it. To put this more simply, whatever we're anticipating, we're likely to get. Our expectations can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Repeated studies in sports psychology have shown that athletes who mentally rehearse success do better than those who don't have a clear image of success or who psych themselves out by imagining all the things that could go wrong. Having a clear, compelling image of the desired future creates towards motivation. Of course, we also tend to move away from our fears and bad experiences. Moving towards what we want has some significant advantages over moving away from what we don't want. Let's have a look at the differences in towards and away from motivation. First, if we know where we want to get to, we can correct our aim if circumstances knock us off course. Away from, by contrast, is not a direction and doesn't give us that inner rudder. If our main motivation for acting is to escape from unfavourable situations, we may end up further away from where we'd really like to be. Secondly, away from motivation leads to inconsistent results. If our motivation is 100% away from, it gets weaker the further away we get from what we're trying to escape from. After we're clear of the undesirable situation, we may have no motivation at all until the next crisis comes along. You may have worked in teams characterised by a reactive, headless chicken way of working, always firefighting some new crisis. Towards motivation, on the other hand, stays constant and may even get stronger the nearer we get to our compelling goal. Finally, away from motivation is stressful because all our thinking and conversation is dominated by the unpleasant situations or possible outcomes that we want to escape. The more motivated we are, the more stressed we feel. Towards motivation, by contrast, engenders positive emotions because we're thinking and talking about where we want to get to. Even if our objective circumstances are unpleasant, our intersubjective reality, focused on our desired futures and the evidence in the present of that future beginning to happen, will produce uplifting emotions like hope, gratitude, and excitement, which will lead to better results. What are the implications? If we're likely to get more of what we anticipate, and our expectations influence what we say, think, and do, it makes sense to look for and talk about what is already working well and where we want to get to in the future. As Jackie Stavros and Sherry Torres say in their great book, Conversations Worth Having, it also makes sense to stay open, expect the best from others, and anticipate being pleasantly surprised.